The story of The Devil's Own kicks off in 1972, a dark year in the north of Ireland. We meet an 8-year-old boy named Frankie, who spent a perfect day fishing with his father. But that peaceful dinner? It shatters in an instant. A man bursts in and executes his father, simply because he dared to speak about a free Ireland. Now, jump ahead 2 decades. We're in Belfast, and we see an adult Frankie. He's not a fisherman, he's now a dedicated member of the IRA, a terrorist organization. He's been linked to the murder of several British soldiers. And because of that, a full-scale hunt is on. British intelligence and the army are swarming the city. As these plainclothes soldiers try to observe him, Frankie spots them instantly. Instead of running, he pulls his friend Sean and 2 companions close. They cover their faces, grab their weapons, and prepare to fight. The moment the soldiers step out of their car to advance, Frankie opens fire. But the soldiers are prepared. As the bullets fly, tanks and more troops attack the building. Frankie loses 2 companions in the ensuing chaos. He and Sean retreat, running in opposite directions, just as a military helicopter arrives. Frankie manages to escape the car and reaches the mountainous area of Ireland. He hides in an old, ruined house. It's there he gets a visitor, Martin, a high-ranking IRA leader. Martin brings him food, but Frankie is focused on the sound of the helicopter flying overhead. He tells Martin, "We're losing this fight because of these military choppers." Martin gives him a desperate mission: go to America and acquire Stinger missiles from an arms dealer. Changing his entire look, Frankie uses a passport under the name Rory and lands in America. Who picks him up? Peter, a New York City judge, and a quiet IRA supporter. Peter arranges the perfect, most ironic safe house, the home of a New York police officer named Tom. The logic is simple: what's safer for a terrorist than a cop's house? Based on the judge's recommendation, Tom treats Rory with special respect and gives him the basement to stay. At dinner, Frankie meets Tom's kind wife Sheila and their 3 welcoming daughters. He introduces himself as Rory, a man here to work for a construction company. Settled in, Frankie meets Sean the next day. Sean has also arrived in New York with a fake passport. For the first time, both men are genuinely happy. Sean bought an old Irish boat, and Frankie immediately gets to work servicing it. This boat is their ticket home with the missiles. Frankie soon connects with Mickey, a ruthless black market weapons supplier. Frankie places a massive order for Stinger missiles. Mickey asks for a week to deliver them. Meanwhile, Tom and Frankie bond over drinks and games of pool. To fund the missile purchase, Judge Peter sends Frankie a massive bag of cash. Who delivers it? A girl named Megan, who's also an IRA member and works as a nanny at Peter's house. Frankie recognizes her face. They went to the same school back in Ireland. Frankie takes the cash, shoves it into a bag, and cleverly hides it under the floorboards in Tom's basement. The next day, he attends the baptism ceremony for Tom's daughter. Afterward, the family and friends have a big party back at the house. Frankie joins in. He's basically one of the family now. But the celebration is cut short. Megan calls him. She invites him to a museum meeting and drops a bombshell. British forces killed their leader, Martin. Judge Peter and the entire IRA cell are spooked. They have to postpone the missile deal. Frankie goes to Mickey to relay the news. Mickey is not pleased. He reminds Frankie that Stingers aren't toys. He's already invested millions of dollars on them. If Frankie backs out now, Mickey loses everything. Frankie reassures him, "I'm not leaving without those missiles." He promises to collect them in a few days. Frankie and Megan start meeting up more often, and their relationship quickly turns romantic. Sean catches a candid moment, clicks a close-up photo of them, and playfully teases Frankie. Frankie keeps the photo, a small memory of a normal life. The next day, while patrolling, Tom and his partner, Eddie, spot a thief. The thief runs, and he has a gun. The thief throws the weapon away on Tom's order, but Eddie still shoots the man dead from behind. Tom, in a moment of terrible loyalty, lies to his senior officer to protect Eddie, claiming the thief attacked. This whole incident devastates Tom. He starts drinking, overwhelmed by his first ever lie. He talks to Sheila and decides to retire from the police force. To support him, Sheila takes a day off. They come home after lunch to find a burglary in progress. Tom immediately starts fighting the thieves. Sheila quickly calls the police. The thieves begin to beat Tom. That's when Frankie appears. He jumps into the fight. A robber grabs Sheila, holding her hostage with a shotgun to stop the conflict. Frankie and Tom freeze. Tom warns the robbers the police are coming, and as the sirens wail, the thieves panic and flee without firing a shot. The police arrive, and Tom and Sheila give their statements. They confirm the thieves were wearing masks. Frankie immediately checks his secret bag in the basement. The gun and the cash are still there. He quickly realizes who was behind the robbery: Mickey's men. Frankie rushes to Mickey's office. He notices the same punch marks on Mickey's men that he left on the robbers. It confirms his suspicion. Frankie shoots one of them in the leg and gives Mickey a chilling warning: he will never get paid without the missiles. Mickey insists they close the deal immediately. He takes Frankie to a car with the boot closed. Inside, a wounded Sean. Mickey threatens Frankie: if he doesn't bring the money for the ordered missiles by tonight, Sean dies. Mickey and his men beat Frankie and leave him. Back at his house, Tom realizes something strange: nothing valuable was stolen. The robbers were specifically looking for something in the basement where Roddy lives. A quick search, and he finds the hidden bag under the floorboard. Inside is a shocking discovery: a huge stack of cash, a handgun, and a passport photo of Roddy with Megan. Tom connects the dots. The robbers came for the money, and Rory is not who he claims to be. He calls Eddie to come home. Frankie gets there first. He is stunned to see Tom in the basement. Tom presents the money bag and demands the truth about his identity. Frankie can't lie to him anymore. He admits his real name is Frankie, and he's a member of the IRA. He tells Tom he never wanted to involve his family and that he just needs the money to save his friend Sean and move forward with his dream of a free Ireland. But Tom is a policeman. "I can't let a terrorist go," he says. As Frankie contemplates snatching the cash bag, Eddie walks in. Together, they arrest Frankie and put him in handcuffs. Tom puts the cash in the trunk, and they drive toward the police station. They hit a traffic jam. Eddie gets out to clear a truck blocking the way. Seeing his chance, Frankie kicks Tom from behind, smashing Tom's head against the car window. He quickly pulls Tom's revolver from his holster. He gets the key and tries to open the trunk to grab the money bag. Eddie sees him. Reluctantly, Frankie shoots Eddie. Tom manages to get out of the car and fight Frankie. But with police sirens closing in, Frankie is forced to run, escaping with Tom's revolver but leaving the money behind. Eddie is rushed to the hospital, where he tragically dies. The police commissioner, FBI, and British intelligence all descend on Tom. They show Tom Frankie's true identity: a man who has killed many officers in Ireland. They declare they will shoot him on sight. The officers start to doubt Tom, questioning why he harbored Frankie. Tom says nothing, tells his senior he's going home, and leaves. That night, Frankie takes a bag to the warehouse for the missile deal. Mickey shows him a van packed with Stinger missiles. Then, one of Mickey's men throws something at Frankie: Sean's severed head. Frankie is too late. Devastated, Frankie hands his bag to Mickey's man. The bag contains a small bomb. The moment the man opens it, he is obliterated in a massive blast. Using the shock and confusion, Frankie swiftly kills the two men pointing guns at him. Finally, he kills Mickey. Frankie walks out of that warehouse with the van full of missiles. He hides the missiles on the boat and goes to Judge Peter's house for one final meeting with Megan. He tells her he's leaving for Ireland by boat tomorrow morning. Megan warns him that the Coast Guards and Navy will be on high alert. Meanwhile, Tom, still hunting Frankie, arrives at Judge Peter's house during a party. He pulls the judge aside, furiously hitting his head against a wall for bringing a terrorist into his life. Megan comes downstairs and sees Tom. Tom immediately recognizes her from the photo found in Frankie's bag. Seeing Tom, Megan bolts back to her room and locks the door. She quickly warns Frankie, giving him precious seconds to escape. Tom races to the terrace, sees Frankie running, but can't stop him. Tom returns to Megan's room. He explains that he only wants to arrest Frankie so he can face trial. If the FBI or British Army catch him, they will simply kill him. To save Frankie's life, Tom pleads with Megan for his location. Megan, who truly loves Frankie, wants him alive. She gives Tom the location of the boat. Tom gets to the dock just as dawn breaks. Frankie is getting ready to sail the boat to Ireland with the missiles. As the boat pulls away, Tom leaps aboard. He sneaks up on Frankie, points his revolver, and demands he surrender and turn the boat around. Tom argues that Frankie will never cross the American border and will be killed by the FBI. Surrender is his only chance to live. But Frankie is resolute. He tells Tom he's been ready to die for his country since he was a child. The boat isn't stopping. He runs from Tom, grabs his own gun, and disappears into the boat. Tom knows Frankie can kill him now, so he searches cautiously. But Frankie is smarter. He cleverly positions himself, targets Tom, and shoots him in the shoulder. Tom falls, instinctively firing off several rounds. Frankie crawls over, grabs Tom's revolver, and stands right in front of him, preparing to fire the final, killing shot. But then his hands start shaking, and he collapses. He's been hit. Tom's wild shots caught him in the stomach. Tom, wounded but alive, holds his gun up and tries to keep Frankie conscious by talking to him. Frankie tells him he won't make it. He's relieved that he's dying by the hands of the right man. With those words, Frankie dies. Emotionally shattered, Tom stands up. He turns the boat back toward the dock. He goes back to deliver Frankie's body and the deadly missiles to the FBI. The movie ends right there. What a brutal, emotional ride, right? A tragic look at loyalty, duty, and impossible choices. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into complex cinema. Stay safe and keep watching Cinemaned.